Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Coe Show. My name is Mason Coe, here as always with my co-host, Aaron Coe.
What's up?
Today is Tuesday, the 1st of June. Made it out of May.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, about halfway through the year. Playoff basketball is fully underway. About halfway through the first round of many of these series. We will get into that. But before we do, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. And also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, anywhere you can find podcasts, really. And yeah, follow us on Twitter at Mason Charles Coe, at Aaron Coe 29. And without further ado, let's just jump into the playoffs. So I'm just going to go in the order of how it's listed on my screen right now. Utah and Memphis. So Memphis putting up a really good fight in this series. You know,
Yeah.
I think better than a lot of people expected. Ja Morant is
They weren't
showing.
even supposed to be here today.
Yeah, Ja Morant. It's safe to say he has arrived. He's, putting up 40-plus point games in the playoffs against the team with the best record in the whole league. So, yeah, I mean, I said it to you, I think last night or the night before or something. I'm jealous of Memphis Grizzlies fans more so than like almost any other franchise, other than the ones that are winning championships, obviously. But
They're just young and stupid enough to think that they can win, and that's what you want.
Precisely, yeah.
In a team like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't even supposed to make the playoffs, right? They were number 9. Who did they knock off again?
The Warriors. The
yeah.
Warriors lost two.
I mean,
by the way, Steph
yeah.
losing 2 playing games in a row.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And granted, his team is pretty much ass, but still, it doesn't help. He's getting that choker label.
Yeah.
It's just too bad. But
Yeah.
But yeah, for the Grizzlies to win that game that everyone was, it's whoever loses the Lakers Warriors game is for sure just gonna walk over the Grizzlies and get in the playoffs.
Well, people thought that Pop was gonna just outcoach the Grizzlies. People thought that Pop and DeRozan, their playoff experience, it was just gonna be like almost no one even had the Grizzlies winning that first one, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're down 3-1, but last night they had a real close game. I didn't get to watch that one. It's just been, the games that I have watched, it's been so fun watching Ja Morant, and I love Dylan Brooks too. Love Dylan Brooks. Oregon guy, so, obviously
I don't care.
didn't like him back then, had that ridiculous flop against Utah, but it's, he's one of those guys that you love to have on your team and hate to have on another team. And
the new Kyle Lowry in a way.
Yeah, like a Kyle
Charges.
Lowry, Pat Bev, kind of in that realm.
Yeah.
Also has the second most fouls per game in the NBA. So, yeah, that just tells you he's all over the place. But all right, moving on down, we got Clippers Dallas. So Clippers fell down 0-2 at home. People were saying, "Oh my God, the Clippers are ass." Then they beat Dallas pretty handily, and then actually no, it was pretty close. But this last game they beat Dallas pretty handily. Luka Doncic with a neck injury, fighting through it. He said it himself. He played bad, and I mean, apparently it's already looking better. So. I guess we'll see for that. Honestly, this is a series that I really have no clue about at this point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't understand why the Clippers aren't better than they are with the roster that they have.
They don't have that, like...
Switched out the coach, and that didn't seem to really help. So
they don't have... I mean, straight up, they don't have a Braun or, they don't have a guy that can just step up and lead and like whip guys into shape and be like, hey, fucking go stand there right now, like
punch a guy in the face,
yeah,
Jordan,
yeah,
whatever the hell it takes.
Yeah,
Kawhi's a freaking weirdo.
Yeah,
he's not a leader in that regard. He's a leader by example and all that, and he's a clutch player. 2-time Finals MVP, I believe.
Yep.
At least 2 times.
Yeah, well, I will say he won the Spurs one for his defense on LeBron, who averaged like 30, 10, and 7 on 40, 50, and like 40 and 50 from the field. So, I mean, did he play that great
Wasn't
defense
enough.
on him? Yeah, okay, but someone who formerly, I think all of us had in that category of strong leader that can take you places. I'm jumping around a little at this point, but Jimmy Butler in the Heat losing 0-4. I don't know why. like I completely just didn't even believe in the Bucks a little bit. And they're a better team. They have Drew Holiday. They have PJ. Like they're a better team.
Yeah, they're better than they were last year.
Yeah,
for sure.
And the Heat haven't, they did not at any point this year, even when they were healthy, look like the bubble Heat. So I think both of us just genuinely kind of overlooked the Bucks, and I think we both formally owe the Bucks an apology. And they owe
their fans an apology for choking the last 2 years. Are you kidding me? They need to earn some respect at this point.
I mean, yeah,
no apologies.
All right, I apologize for just not for
golf clap.
Completely. I don't know. So yeah, Miami though, this is where you maybe reevaluate your path right now. I mean,
yeah,
you got these young guys. I don't know if Jimmy Butler fits in that timetable unless you can get a guy like, I don't know, James Harden, who you didn't want to move Tyler Hero for. That was the piece that blocked.
That guy went from hero to zero real quick. No, but he was like
in the bubble,
had flashes last year, and he's very disappointing all
season. He's been really bad, and that was what held up Harden going to Miami. Apparently, obviously, who knows if that's the deal.
They might not have wanted in that case on their roster.
Well, I don't know, but anyway, all right, moving forward, we got Denver and Portland. That series is tied 2-2 as well. Honestly, I haven't watched as much of the series as I would have liked, but Jokic had a really bad game, his last game, and Dame's just doing Dame shit. Honestly, that's really all. That's all I have to say. It's Dame time. Yeah. What do you got on that? Anything else?
Not really. I just, I think we both thought the Nuggets were a team that would really emerge this year, and didn't seem like Portland did a whole lot to improve. So I would have thought that I just, I like Dame time a lot, but I really thought the Nuggets would take a few more steps forward. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, I mean, MVP Jokic, this is looking like that year that Dirk won the MVP and got bounced in the first round. Everyone's like, why did Dirk win the MVP? And then the next year he goes out and does his thing against the Heat. So
it was the finals MVP, right? Was he that next year?
That next year, yeah. All right, moving down, we got the big game tonight at 7 on TNT. Lakers versus Phoenix, an AD-less Lakers. I believe it's confirmed at this point that AD is out. Lakers star Anthony Davis is unlikely to play in Game 5 with a strained groin, but there's optimism as he is evaluated day to day. So, no AD tonight. This is going to be a big test to see, can LeBron turn it on when he needs to, because this isn't, you're not up 3-1, and this isn't a game you can kind of just afford to lose.
Right.
You go down 3-2, I mean, that's serious shit, and let's see, they're playing in Phoenix tonight, too, so it'll be really interesting.
And the real Chris Paul is back.
He
looked a lot better in that last game. Mm-hmm. They said before the game that his shoulder was feeling better, and it appeared that it did.
Okay.
With his play, he's still not right. I don't think LeBron is all the way right.
We'll see tonight. I don't know. I still don't know. Like, I think
his numbers show us that.
Yeah.
The eye test is showing me that he's not he has some plays here and there, but he's not as explosive going to the basket. He's fading away more. Like, I don't think he's all right.
I think I'm there. I cannot make that judgment until tonight. If he's looking passive tonight, then I'll hop on that. But it's round 1 LeBron, and I just don't. It's round 1 LeBron who, maybe he's not 100%, but I think he maybe was purposely not pushing it too hard. Like, he wasn't being passive because he was injured. He was being passive because he didn't want to push it too hard in the first round and make it worse. That's what I think.
That could be.
That's what I think.
But we'll see. You better
tonight,
do it now.
That's the thing. Tonight, if it's the same shit and he looks really passive and they lose, then
all season to heal up.
So yeah, I mean that's
all off season. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out, but yeah, I think. I don't know. I'm not a big AD fan. I mean, but it seems like I think he sucks, and then I look at the box score and he puts up the numbers. I don't know. He's an optical illusion to
Yeah,
me. I don't
he's
like
weird.
his stupid fadeaway game.
Yeah.
It seems like he could dominate all the time if he wanted to and just doesn't choose to do it. I don't know. But that's a loss for them, and groin injuries are unpredictable and
Yeah.
tricky. Like they're like hamstrings or a couple of those other things. So he might feel okay next game, and 5 minutes in he might yank on it again. So we'll see with that. I mean,
Especially with him, he's always just tweaking shit. Like he's
Yeah.
so big. It's always, and also every time he lands, it's just like ah.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
All right, moving on forward. Going back over to the Eastern Conference, we did already talk about one of those series, but Philly and Washington. I mean, nothing much to say about that other than Embiid going out in the first quarter is scary. I should have actually looked up to see if there's any updates this morning on that, but yeah,
Is
Washington.
that 2-2?
It's 3-1.
Oh, 3-1.
Yeah,
Okay,
Washington.
okay. Yeah.
Washington swiped
That's right.
one. Washington swiped one with Embiid going out early in the first quarter. He only played 11 minutes. Yeah, Russ is dropping triple dubs and losing. I mean,
that's who he is.
I a couple weeks ago on here, I came and defended Russ and was like, we need to just appreciate his greatness. And like every time I try, whether I say it out loud to someone or I do it in my own brain, it's like he just starts losing games and putting up big numbers, and it's like it's hard. It becomes harder to appreciate it. It really does.
Harder to defend it, and I don't know. Some of that's the teams that he's on, but also he's someone that takes bad shots at key points in games. I mean, if you look at games that they lose, there's usually him taking tough shots from the outside, which is not really his game. And then not getting back on defense at times. So.
And especially when he doesn't have the clutch shots in the big moments of games that matter.
Yeah.
Like I said this already in a previous podcast. He has, I remember Steven Adams purposely missing a rebound, kicking it out. Russ hits it from 34 feet. That's in a regular season game though. He is not, and I'm not just talking buzzer beaters, because that honestly that comes down more to like luck in the situation. But he hasn't all I can think about last year is him airballing a shot from a jumper from the free throw line in a Rockets uniform, and then coming down the next possession and bricking a three right at the end of a game. Like
and it's not just those last second shots. It's the fourth quarter. It's pressing. It's almost at times almost too competitive for his own good. You have to play within your game, and he goes outside of his game at times.
Yeah.
You could argue LeBron goes the other way. Sometimes he could do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because he's so talented. I think Russ is the other way. He goes outside of what should be his comfort zone, and just tries to take over a game, and that's not he's not that kind of player. He's very good, but he's got to know what his limits are.
Yeah. Okay. Also, this is just something I want to mention from that series is Davis Bertans is out 4 to 6 weeks. He's the Latvian laser, the dude that was like 4 for 8 from 3, but he really bricked a couple, so you thought he sucked.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he's out. I mean, he's out for the playoffs.
Okay.
So yeah, they'll lose the next game. But also just some breaking news 10 minutes ago from Woj, one of the top players in the 2022 draft class, French guy, Ousmane Dang. That's how I'm going to say it. I probably butchered that. He becomes the first European prospect to join the New Zealand Breakers as part of the NBL's Next Stars program. So same path that RJ Hampton and LaMelo took for the French guy. Interesting. And I have actually heard of this guy, and he's from France. So like he's actually a big deal, and it'll be I expect to see some highlights from New Zealand from him in the coming years. But anyway, back to playoff basketball. The series that I was most excited for in the first round, Knicks-Hawks. It's 3-1, so you could say it's been disappointing, but all of the games almost have been not disappointing in the slightest. They've been super electric.
And really, throughout the playoffs, not many games have fit that
No,
description. There
no.
have not been a lot of great games so far in the playoffs, other
no.
than that series,
There
which
was
has provided some excitement for sure.
the play-in games were good, and then there was like the first 2 days of
Yeah.
playoff games were really good, and then after that, it's been kind of stinkers. Julius Randle has played like dog shit over 4 games. I should have looked up his stats before,
Most
but
improved though.
most improved, yeah. Alec Burks and Emmanuel Quickly and R.J. Barrett have actually no. Derrick Rose. What am I saying? Derrick Rose. He scored like over. I mean, he's averaging like over 20. I think in this series, probably dropped 30 in Game 3. They are down 3-1 though. You know, obviously Trey Young, Ice Trey, telling the Garden to shut the fuck up. That was pretty good stuff. I just love seeing. I love seeing the Garden. I refuse to call it the Mecca. I love seeing the Garden electric. It hasn't been the Mecca ever, so stop calling it that. I love to see it rocking. It's like I genuinely now I can appreciate the Garden for what it is.
Yeah.
A little more. I'm still not gonna call it the Mecca because there's no reason to. But yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. It's I have a little bit different perspective on that. There was just something special when the Knicks were and granted they didn't win championships with Ewing, but they were a very good team. And there was just something special about that place that I can't explain, but it's been kind of ruined by a shitty owner.
Dolan, yeah.
And they've gone from they've basically been non-competitive.
They kicked out Charles
season.
Oakley and started making Spike Lee going through a different entrance and like kicked him out of a game. Like
what are you doing?
What the fuck?
Yeah, those are not the battles you want to fight.
You think New York Knicks fans are gonna side with James Dolan on that one?
No.
Like, what?
No, so I don't care whether New York is good or not, but there's just something electric about that place and that fan base, and it's a little bit like the Lakers, where you see, the camera pans and you see stars.
Right.
I don't really care about that, but it is kind of fun.
Yeah.
To see them be
it is.
fans.
Yeah, it
adds a little something.
Yeah,
so
it definitely does.
It's the East Coast version of that. So I don't know. It's fun to see it.
Yeah, for sure. I just hope they go out and win. Let's see, who plays tonight? We got Celtics, Nets, Blazers, Nuggets, and Lakers, Suns. So tomorrow I hope they win. I want to see this go to 7 so bad.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Ultimately, I think I want to see the Knicks come back from 3-1. I think that would be really cool. See them in the second round against Philly.
I'm rooting for my man Mac 10, so
I can't really root against him, but I don't have as much of a connection to Mac 10 as you do. But anyway, Brooklyn, Boston. I haven't watched 1 second of the series. Completely uninterested in it for whatever reason. Mostly because I've been watching a lot of other basketball, and I know how this is going to turn out. I pretty much said Jason Tatum has to drop 50 for them to win, right?
Yeah.
He dropped 50 and they won. So that's the one game.
That's the one game.
It's 3-1. Yeah. Harden dropped 41 and KD dropped 37 in that game, and they still won, which I was surprised about. I just don't even know how those two can do that and you still win. But I mean, the rest of the team just sucked it up. Kyrie only had 16, but I'm just so excited to see Milwaukee versus Brooklyn. I mean, that's gonna be electric. I think Brooklyn's only like minus 180 in that.
Okay.
And Milwaukee's like plus 150 or something. So
I'm still not fully on the Milwaukee bandwagon, but I'm
not either.
There's stuff I don't like the Nets really either. I have issues with them.
Yeah.
Their players are all nuts.
Yeah.
And then, they really don't play defense.
Mm-hmm.
Now Milwaukee does defend.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, which wins out there, the Brooklyn offense or the Milwaukee defense.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not there yet.
It's about a week away. Okay, so let's just round this out by giving our predictions for the rest of the first round. And then we'll come back. Maybe we'll try to record before the second round starts too, so we can give our full second round predictions. But okay, 3-1 Utah. I think they probably close it out. Maybe, you know what? I think Memphis is going to win the next game.
Memphis wins that's game 5. So that's in Utah. Ooh, tough one.
I take them in game 5. Fuck it.
Utah's going to close it out.
Yeah,
It's
smart
going to be a
choice.
good game, but I think Utah experience at the end is gonna close it out in Utah and their racist fans.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, let's go through the. By the way, West series are way better than the East series as far as how the games are
Right.
shaping out. We'll just go through the 3-1 series ones first. Philly takes the next game, I think. Right.
It sure seems like it. I'm sure Embiid sits that out. I'm guessing because they have that lead to play with. But I still think they're gonna close that one out even without him.
Yeah. All right. Knicks in the Garden. 4-5. So yeah, they're at home. Atlanta leads 3-1. I think this is the Julius Randle revenge game. I think he'll. I'm not necessarily gonna say he's gonna like drop a 30-point triple double. I think he drops the most improved player numbers that we're accustomed to seeing, and I think. I don't think you're gonna see any Trey Young shushing tomorrow or whenever they play.
Yeah, I maybe it's just me rooting for a longer series, but I think you're in the Garden. It's gonna be nuts there.
It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, I think the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks come through. Ewing, yes.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, Miami. Hope you had a nice time in the playoffs. Brooklyn versus Boston. I just think Brooklyn's gonna take the next one. I mean, if Jason Tatum drops 50, sure, but I'm not gonna predict that. So, yeah, I take Brooklyn in that one too.
Yeah, I'm done. Fuck the Celtics. I'm done with them.
You're real anti-Celtics now because they've hurt you.
Yeah, I just keep waiting for something to happen. And it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. Now here's where we get into the juicy stuff. So we'll start with Denver versus Portland. I'm gonna stick with my prediction of Denver in 6.
Portland. I think I said Portland in 7.
Yeah.
I'm.
You're sticking with it?
I feel good about that.
Okay.
Dame time, baby.
I think I had Clippers in 7 as my original prediction. I don't remember. Luka's hurt, but he's getting better. I am going to take. You know what? I'm going to take Dallas in 7. Just because I want to see it. I'm going to take Dallas in 7 just because I hope Luka torches those boys. By the way, did you see him score, I think it was an and one on Patrick Beverley and just goes, "You're too fucking small!" right in his face. Yeah, directly in his face.
Wow.
Yeah, It was pretty great. What do you got?
I am so lost on this. I just don't know.
Total. That's why I picked what I wanted to see because I have no idea.
I'll stick with the Clippers.
Okay.
I mean, I think maybe they figured some things out. Gotten things going here, so I'll go Clippers.
Yeah. All right. Here's the one. This is also a big question mark series too. It's Phoenix versus LA. I think I had Lakers in 5, which is I mean, obviously it can't happen, but I don't even know about Lakers in 6. I think they win this game. Lakers in 6. I think they win this game. AD comes back, and they win the next one. Lakers in 6.
The conspiracy theorists out there would say that they want the Lakers to win.
Definitely they do. Yeah. By the way, also LeBron only averaging, or I don't know how many free throws he shot the last game. Through the first 3, he was only averaging 3 free throws per game. So I want people to shut the fuck up about, like, he's actually getting hacked and not getting calls.
He's not going to the hoop. That's why he's not getting any calls.
I mean, yeah, but there's been times where he's gotten hacked and not gotten calls. So I just don't want to fucking hear that. Unless it could get bad from here on out.
It could.
But early on in the series, it was not like that.
I don't believe in that stuff. For the most part. No, I'm so torn on this. Phoenix has figured some stuff out. Chris Paul, looking like the real Chris Paul and not the guy from the Fresh Prince.
Playing dirty, trying to pull LeBron's arm out of his socket. The real Chris Paul.
Hey, whatever it takes. But if you're not cheating, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I'm gonna say Phoenix pulls this out because I don't think LeBron is totally healthy.
Okay.
And I don't think AD is gonna come back strong.
Man, that would make me really sad. Actually, if he lost in the first round, I could take.
Oh, I'm gonna be fucking relentless too. Oh, I'm never gonna shut up.
I honestly like looking at just the only way I won't be like pretty devastated is if he loses in the finals. Because all the teams in the
Yeah, and that's
West,
never bothered you before, so.
yeah. Um. Okay. Let's keep it moving. You got anything else regarding the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, just one more thing about the Lakers Suns. I'm picking the Suns, but I don't know. Like if LeBron is healthy, he will step up and he will take it over and do what he has to do to win. So, we'll see. We'll find out if he's healthy or not. We're gonna find out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so good. I mean, I want to say good Sonics news, but like kind of exciting things. So the Timberwolves deal selling to Alex Rodriguez and the other Walmart billionaire guy might not go through because there was some the guy that was selling his thing didn't give the other minority owners a chance to sell their stuff before.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know, something like that.
That's what it is. I mean, I think it was one guy that owns 17%.
Yeah.
Wanted to sell, would have liked to have had the opportunity to sell his portion.
Yeah.
Earlier.
And okay, so if the deal is still approved though, this is Myron Metcalf's tweet. If the Timberwolves sale is approved, this is how everything will unfold. 1, new owners will say a lot of nice things about Minnesota and the team will stay. 2, they'll ask for a new state-of-the-art arena. 3, Minneapolis will say nah. 4, owners will threaten to leave the city. So that's a prediction more so than like actually like this is what's going to happen.
Right.
But that, I mean, all I hear is like owners threatening to leave the city. That's all I hear. I would gladly take Anthony Edwards in Seattle. I mean, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards and Cat, that'd be so dope.
I don't get too caught up in the players because that's a short-term situation.
True.
But I'm older, so I've seen, a lot of players come and go. Let me ask you this. If I said you're going to get the Timberwolves 2 years from now or an expansion team 4 years from now, which would you choose?
I don't know enough about like the Timberwolves management and stuff. I would take a new team sooner. Wait, did you say the new team sooner?
No, new team's later. The expansion team is in 4 years. The Timberwolves in 2 years.
I think I just want a team.
Which option do you choose?
So sooner, yeah.
Sooner? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so torn on that because I don't want to see another. I would rather get an expansion team
than take someone else's.
But I need it to be a sure thing.
Yeah.
So like if we can use this as the NBA saying, okay, back off, Seattle. You're getting a team. Great. I'm willing to wait another year or two for that. Because I don't want to see a fan base lose its team. However,
fan base, okay, the Timberwolves fan base.
People were saying that about Seattle too.
Yeah, I know.
They were. I'll take whatever I can get as soon as I can get it. Honestly, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's what it is. Okay. Well, do you got anything else regarding that? I feel like that's pretty just like that. This is just like we'll see. The
thing is, anytime the name Sonics or the city of Seattle comes up with basketball, it's a very
exciting.
Good thing.
Yeah,
because it's gonna it keeps opening doors. There's smoke coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
And that it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna happen. We will have a team in Seattle and they will be tipping off in 5 years or less.
Whoa! Yeah. Damn, tipping off in 5 years or less.
Yeah,
That's wild.
We'll have a sure thing in 3 years and tip off in 5 years.
3 years. Oh, dude, 3 years. I'm gonna have to get a tattoo on my ass. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So, moving on to football, we got the Falcons trading Julio Jones and the Seahawks being in the mix. Russell Wilson and Julio Jones have talked about him coming to Seattle to play with the boys, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. That'd be obviously incredible. And I think the Seahawks have actually talked to Atlanta too, not just Russell Wilson and Julio. So that's really exciting. Julio said he was out of there on Shannon Sharp's show. Was, by the way, clown of the week. I don't if it wasn't a work, then it's clown of the week Shannon Sharp, because that was actually illegal what he did. But it might have been like Julio might have actually known it was. I don't know.
I sure hope so. It was interesting because the people in the background were like, "Yeah, tell him, tell him he's on the air," and he just kept rolling through it. So, I don't think Shannon Sharp is that stupid, but he could be. I don't know. Either way, yeah.
Yeah, rough. Anyway, that'll be, it's exciting to see just where he'll end up anywhere, because I'm guessing it'll be a team that could make a push,
Yeah, and I would, I would like to see him in Seattle. I would say, he's not what he was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to put up big numbers, but just having a veteran, possession receiver, we don't have somebody like that. DK is not a possession receiver.
No.
He doesn't have elite hands. Tyler Lockett is not going to, overpower somebody on 3rd and 4 for a 6-yard gain.
He's like a mix of DK and Tyler Lockett in a sense of like the reliability of Tyler Lockett with the size and speed of DK.
Yeah, not the speed at this point probably,
but not the dead straight speed, but like the and
just veteran,
just route running and not necessarily straight line speed.
And
but
who's our third receiver, huh?
Is it Dwayne Eskridge? Because he's a rookie, so
I want to count on a guy that's never played in the NFL.
Yeah.
I hope he is. I hope he's that good.
Yeah, no, hopefully he can slide right in there, but you don't want to just rely on that going into the season when you have no clue.
I'd love to see Julio for a year in Seattle.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
For sure. They're looking for a first-round pick. I don't think that's not going to happen, especially from the Seahawks. That wouldn't happen because we just don't have a first-round pick to give. So... Okay. So there's attendance stuff at OTAs. So like Aaron Rodgers and his receivers didn't go or something. So I don't know. I don't fucking care about this.
The one thing that how do you feel about? So the Seahawks have probably the lowest attendance in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
If as long as the rookies and the if you've been in the league for 6 years, you don't need to go to OTAs.
New offensive coordinator though. Russell Wilson's not there.
Okay, I think Russell Wilson will be fine learning an offense. I think he'll be fine. OTAs are for young guys. It's not.
I got the sense that Pete Carroll wasn't. You always have to translate.
Yeah,
Pete.
yeah.
I got the sense that he doesn't love that they're not there, but I don't think he's that worried about it. I think he wants them all there when it really counts. And here's the thing. Why the fuck are there OTAs? That's the first letter O stands for optional.
Yeah.
Yet everyone is getting all very worked up. Like just, hey, NFL and Players Association, just have practice, okay? Have fucking practice or shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is this optional stuff? Because you always hear, oh, so-and-so's not at OTAs. Well,
it's optional.
Isn't it optional?
Yeah.
Now, granted, when you were 10 years old in Little League and we had optional practices, we were pissed when guys didn't show up.
Yeah.
And then little 10-year-old's not there. Like,
yeah.
Oh, fuck that kid. So I kind of get it, but just don't call it. Just have practices.
Yeah.
Work out an agreement where you either have practices or you don't.
Yeah.
Stop the optional shit.
Definitely. It's just weird.
Stupid.
It just causes stupid conversations on fucking podcasts that get no
And the
views.
NFL Players Association is the weakest of them all.
Yeah. Like they just I mean, to be fair, there were a ton of guys in the NFL that were not cool with the CBA and didn't want to approve it, but they just approved the CBA and then bitch about a ton of these little rules, and it's like, well, why didn't you emphasize that then?
Yeah.
If you're gonna bitch about it a year after you sign the agreement,
I think it's because 80% of the players don't really give a shit. and they just like, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna vote for it and just make sure I
'cause
get my checks.
It's good.
you know?
Yeah, it's good enough for. I mean, for most of the guys, it's good enough to where you're not worried about that small stuff. And once you start really making a lot of cheese and stuff, you start worrying about the little things.
Most of them don't even know what's in the fucking thing. They just vote for it.
Yeah.
Hell,
they're like, I want to play football, so I'm gonna vote yes. I don't want there
teachers
to be a
unions are
lockout.
like that too. Like every union's like, whatever. I
don't want to lock out, so
I want my pay. I want my paycheck.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. This is a good sign that NFL attendance will be fully back. If LA Public Health is approving full capacity at Rams games, that means everything is coming back. Probably. I mean, that's what other state is going to be more. I mean, New Jersey. They don't even have a stadium in the actual state of New York, right? They're both in New Jersey.
Right.
Wait, Buffalo. I don't know, but no, Buffalo is full of vaccination, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's all back. It seems so. That's great. Obviously, sports. I think we learned with the NBA playoff games that it is different when there are fans. Like that, those play-in games in particular, those first games with fans, it's like overwhelming. Just the energy is so great. So yeah,
it's great to see the fans back. The Chargers will not have full capacity.
That's just because they don't ever.
Yeah,
they never have.
Yeah, they suck and they're in LA and nobody cares about them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But they could if they wanted to. I mean, if people wanted to go.
It's weird that they haven't learned that having two teams in the same city means that no one cares about one of the teams.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't just mean that there's two teams in the big market. One team just doesn't get the benefits of the big market.
Especially in LA where the fan, there just aren't real, there really aren't real fans in LA.
They're fans of what's like cool to be a fan of.
Yeah.
And so like that's why they're always going to pick one. Like it's not
Dodgers have some real fans, but there's still a lot of. They fucking show up in the third inning and they leave in the fifth inning.
I mean, it's like, and it's similar to like wearing a Yankee hat is a style choice. That doesn't mean you're a Yankee fan. Same thing with a Dodgers hat nowadays too.
Yeah, true.
So okay. NFL salary cap's going up. Is that because the TV deal, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I thought, that's going up to $208 million, but it turns out there's really no news. Not really. That's the highest it can go, but it could be less than that. So it really didn't mean a fucking thing.
Well, that's a lot of money.
I apologize for putting that in the notes.
That's fine. I actually almost took it out because I didn't care. So,
well, to me, having it go back up is interesting.
Yeah. That is a big that's a big jump to leap up from. So that part's interesting. Yeah. But yeah, we'll report on that when there's something actually happening. Okay. Let's talk about the Mariners real quick. Back above 500, 5-game winning streak. Okay.
I don't understand this fucking team. I just keep they
Logan Gilbert looking okay.
Yeah, they take a nosedive, and I just think here we go. And then then they come back and they win a couple series.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I still think they suck.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't suck as bad as I thought they were going to.
Maybe they don't.
Maybe there's some resilience there.
Oh my God, it's just crazy how they can do this to us after this long.
Yeah.
Like, how many years has this happened? And every year we say it.
Yeah.
This year we said it too. It's like they're gonna be too good, and they're gonna fool us, and then we're gonna be disappointed, and they're doing it again. So congrats to the Mariners for fooling us once again. But yeah, you got anything else regarding the Mariners or baseball? I mean, I just haven't even paid attention.
I haven't paid much attention to baseball.
Once the NBA playoffs are over, I think I'll start paying a little bit more
There's
attention.
an Atlanta player that like their best player, that
Marcell Ozuna. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that was like
you're not even the clown of the week. You're a fucking scumbag.
Yeah, aggravated assault, strangulation.
Yeah,
is what the charge was. So that just tells you. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about UW softball. So there was a controversy with the batter's box. It was way too close, and then Gabby Plain hit 3 batters in the first inning, which I did not realize until last night. They ended up losing that game 4-2. Then the next game, I believe the batter's box was okay that game, right?
I think so.
I don't actually know, and then they lost that one 9-1 though.
Yeah,
so
that one got ugly.
That one was, so it's tough to say, the combination of the seating and the batter's box thing makes it like almost excuse worthy. But when you lose the second game 9-1, it's just at that point it's just like okay.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I you know, if they had been, say, even the 8th seed, they wouldn't have had to play. Oklahoma is really
Oklahoma's
good.
aren't they like kind of
That
like
might
head
be
and shoulders above?
Yeah, this might be an all-time team.
Right. Yeah, like Alabama football.
They
this
have
year.
3 pitchers that are number 1 pitchers,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Like they're just and everybody hits. It's an amazing team. You know, could UW have beaten, you know, a number 4 seed or something like that? We'll never know. But you know, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about the seeding. The batter's box thing. I mean, both teams have to have the same batter's box.
So,
but it was wrong, and I don't understand why Heather Tarr asked about it, and the ump said, "Oh, it looks fine." Like,
yeah, that's wild.
Aren't there fucking measurements?
Yeah.
Somebody have
and
a
there's
goddamn
stencil.
ruler?
There's a stencil you use. There's measurements you take. So I don't even know how that would have happened, but
you have to. Okay, I've drawn fucking chalk lines. Okay,
yeah.
and there's a thing that you put, and it's cut out over home plate.
Yeah, it's a stencil.
You put the stencil on top of home plate, and there's the line. Mm-hmm. So somebody had to have intentionally
there's a deliberate
move that off, move the stencil a little bit to draw the line. That fucking happened. There's no doubt in my mind that happened. However, again, that applied to both teams. So, you know, I'm not going to make excuses. I think the unfortunate part of that 4-2 game was there's the center fielder let a little leaguer let the ball go right through her legs. Routine little ground ball goes through her legs, goes to the wall, 2-run score. That's the difference in the game. And then she was the last out.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's
a tough one.
So that's a tough one.
Yeah. So I talked to my girlfriend who plays softball, and she said, other than you can crowd the plate and you know, lean in and get hit, which did happen 3 times in the first inning.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, so I also didn't know that Gabby Plain just doesn't really hit batters like she's in general.
She doesn't, yeah.
So obviously that's a big, but also, and again, I didn't watch either of these games, so I don't know if they actually use this to their advantage, but it does also give the advantage to slap hitters because you can like crowd the plate more and like kind of get more of a running start, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were all like actually slapping. Maybe they weren't, and they just wanted to lean into some pitches. But if they were like slapping more than usual too, then it's like that's a deliberate coaching choice to make someone draw the line shorter and then tell your players to lean in and slap hit. Like that's it's deliberate.
I blame the umpire. Look at the batter's box.
Yeah, no, and that's
it was very obvious.
And I would have blamed Heather Tarr for not noticing, but if you ask the umpire, then that's 100% the umpire's fault. And I don't know, maybe Heather Tarr should have put up a bigger fuss about it.
She regrets that she didn't fight that
Okay,
harder.
So I mean,
but she did bring it up at the plate
still,
meeting.
I mean, the ump, you gotta it was obvious.
Yeah.
It was obvious. So yeah.
But that again, they got their asses whooped. Like it's
and that's why I already said the second game when you get beat 9-1, it's tough to defend it.
I don't think they were gonna beat Oklahoma. By the way, congrats on to UW for another great season. Getting to the Super Regionals.
Great season.
And Sis Bates is amazing. She's now my favorite gum chewer ahead of Pete Carroll.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of the great players in UW history for sure. So. Great, amazing team, fun to watch.
Yeah, great season for them. And like you said, maybe they should have deserved to have the chance to lose to Oklahoma in the championship game.
That would have been nice.
You know what I mean? So and that does make a big difference for many reasons for them personally, and I'm guessing for money for the school and recruiting and all the different, everything that comes along.
And the Oklahoma coach said, we weren't too thrilled about having to see UW.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's just probably what you say, but still, like she thought UW was misseeded, and
it seemed pretty. I don't know anything about college softball. It seemed pretty blatant that it was like a bad seeding choice.
Yeah.
So I don't know though, but
yeah. So we'll see what the rest. I don't even know what the rest of the Pac-12 has done in that tournament, but the whole Pac-12 got shit on a little bit in the seeding. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see if who gets proven right, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Anything else regarding playoffs, softball, baseball, maybe some football news I'm forgetting?
Not that I can think of. Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I don't think we'll be able to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the Howard Schultz Clown of the Week.
The Clown of the Week.
All right. This is one Clown of the Week, but it's really a 5-1.
Oh wow.
It was gonna be a 2-1, and then it just kept moving up the longer we didn't record the podcast.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be NBA fans. So the first one I'm about to show you is, I don't think you'll be able to see it probably from here or like on the podcast, but I'm just going to put the video up. This is Trey Young getting spit at by a Knicks fan. You can just see a little, that's not Derrick Rose reacting to the spit, but just a little spit goes down there. So that's one. Next up, we got Cole Buckley, the 21-year-old suspect who allegedly threw a water bottle at Kyrie, is charged with assault and battery by means of a dangerous weapon and will be arraigned Tuesday in Boston. By the way, this kid definitely probably got doxxed, and the fact that SportsCenter put his name out is pretty. Like,
they should. You should get.
I agree, but I know like sports fans are gonna do more than they should. Anyway, clown though, still a clown.
Yep.
Also, we'll talk about this after maybe, but Kyrie did step on the logo, which had Kevin Garnett talking about being respectful on a basketball court. Shut the fuck up, Kevin Garnett. Kevin, you want to talk about being respectful on a basketball court? Oh, don't step on Lucky! Don't step on Lucky, the leprechaun! Okay, next one.
That stuff used to be really a big deal. I don't think it is as much anymore.
Because it's stupid. Kyrie got a water bottle thrown at him.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Maybe talk about it if he doesn't get a water bottle thrown at him. Maybe be like, hey, don't do that. But
I liked it when Terrell Owens stepped on the Cowboys star.
Everyone loves that.
And George Teague fucking went and
everyone
tackled
loves
him.
that memory.
I love that, but the fans, you don't need to worry about that.
Fans stay out of it.
Yeah.
And in fact, people are saying we need another Malice at the Palace.
Oh boy.
Which, maybe it was good for basketball.
How many times have I said this to you, that part of the problem with your generation is that you never have had to worry all that much about getting punched in the face.
Yeah, no.
My generation, you had to be a little bit careful about what you said to another dude because he might punch you in the face.
Well, I mean, do you know what could have happened to this dude that poured popcorn on Russell Westbrook's head, who, by the way, was injured, so this is just fucked up. Sixers fan pours popcorn on his head, and he is so lucky there's 5 guys there holding him back. So lucky.
It's a pretty heavy reaction for popcorn. But
that is getting popcorn poured on. That is disrespectful.
Of course it is. I don't think he was going to get injured by the popcorn, so I don't know that I would snap.
I don't know, man. That's disrespectful.
It is.
Popcorn poured on your head.
It is.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing that guy getting binked in the face. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I'm good with that.
Okay. Yeah. Now on the other side, Sixers fan tried to run onto the court. By the way, just watch the form tackle here by the security guard. They'll get it on the replay.
With 3:40 to go.
So he runs onto the court and
Redskins better look into hiring that man right there.
By the way, another thing
what
I saw.
A tackle there by the security.
Good job by the security guard tackling him, because next up would have been Dwight Howard. So,
and they've taken out all the end zone.
Seen
some ugly
this is dumb.
Games. He did something beautiful.
Okay, I guess this video just sucks. Anyway,
and 29 points.
ran onto the court and slapped the backboard, and just an incredible form tackle. Yeah, just like eye level to his dick, and just grabbed him by the legs and picked him up.
Played linebacker somewhere.
Yes,
in the third. Waiting for that opportunity
for so long. Yeah, and then we got one more. Believe it or not, another one. This one is actually bad. Ja Morant's dad, T, was talking shit with Utah Jazz fans playfully, like they were buying each other drinks, like it was, good-hearted shit talk. Right. They were laughing and stuff. Another Jazz fan, as you said earlier, racist. Said something I'm not going to repeat, just because, just a racist thing. And then another Jazz fan made a sexually explicit remark to Ja's mom, and a third told her to shut the fuck up, bitch. So, T handled this with absolute class, and so did Ja. They were like, the Jazz fans around me were great. It was just those three. We're gonna be back and talking more. So like, I'm excited to see the fans I saw last time. Like the fans. So it sounds like they had a really good time at the Jazz game, and they were talking shit playfully with other people. And then it was three clown ass fans that had to turn it into like a race thing, and just turn it into a shitty situation. I wish that, like, I wish there was some sort of program where, like, a team could vote every year to have one fan sacrificed and get jumped by, like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, something like that. Like, there needs to be some sort of program where fans get the shit beat out of them for doing shit like this. But
it's always just a few fans. In any scenario. But,
well, yeah,
but
not
what are the
everyone's...
fans around them doing? Are they telling, sometimes you got to tell the guy next to you to sit down and shut up.
Yeah, not everyone's... I mean, there was one guy that poured popcorn on his head.
Yeah.
There was one guy that threw a water bottle. So, it's... And then, unfortunately, especially when in a place like Boston, or, I mean, in this case, there was a genuine racist thing said, but in these two places in particular, you're like... That dude probably said the N-word as he was throwing the water bottle at Kyrie. Like, you just assume... Yeah. I mean, which probably wasn't even true. It was probably because Kyrie stepped on Lucky. Ooh, stepped on the leprechaun. That was probably why. But, yeah, anyway.
But, I mean, you can hurt somebody with a water bottle.
Yeah, it had water in it. Like,
yeah.
It had water, and he was probably, I don't know, like 20 feet back from him and 10, 15 feet up. So it had distance and gravity. Like, it was going fast.
Yeah.
I just, I also saw another tweet that was like, it was a miracle that like Ben Wallace and Ron Artest were on the court during the Malice at the Palace, because it was like a 15-point game with a minute left. So like, why were they even on the court? Like, God set up the situation for Ben Wallace and Ron Artest to like fight. But we need another Malice at the Palace. Also, I'm pretty sure fights at baseball games, not only have I seen way more videos, but I think genuinely statistically they are way up too.
Wow.
Which you would think, coming out of a pandemic, being together at a sporting event would maybe calm you down and you would be more likely to just chill. But I guess people are on edge after a year and a half.
I think we're all a little bit on edge, and we're also a little bit more like, fuck it,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say what I think and do what I feel.
That's true. Yeah. So, it goes the other way with it too.
I'm all for, playfully yelling at players and making fun of them, but my God, please don't be racist. Or
that's like, it's like so ridiculous to like do anything regarding real life.
And then don't throw stuff at players. Like,
yeah, KD said it
especially
well.
if it's stuff that can hurt them.
Yeah, KD said it well. He said, "We're not a circus. Grow the fuck up and enjoy the game." That's what it is. Grow the fuck up. Like, and
spitting at people. I think,
is that the number one most
disrespectful?
Is that the number one most disrespectful thing you can do?
Yeah.
No, I think it is. I think it's the number one most disrespectful thing you can do. And it was in New York, so they all have to be vaccinated to go to the Knicks games. But regardless, it's still COVID, so like that even heightens it more.
Yeah.
Spitting on someone,
I would rather be punched in the face than spit on.
I think that is the most disrespectful. Like, whenever I like visualize, like, I don't know, if there's someone that does something horrible, or someone that I really don't like for some reason, and I visualize like getting revenge on them, no matter what I do before, whether it's like beat them up or like whatever, at the end I spit on them. That's
right.
always what I finish, and then I spit on them.
Yeah.
That's what I always like, because it's the most disrespectful thing you can do to someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck that guy.
Also, the Oregon fans like to spit. They're good at it.
Yeah. Yeah. True. You experienced that firsthand.
Yep.
Knicks fans, like the whole arena chanting "fuck Trey Young" is a little weird to me. I don't know why. It just doesn't. It's like kind of
bother me.
I don't know.
I like that kind of stuff. 'Cause it's not.
I like it. I guess maybe I'm being too much of a wiener about this, but I just feel like I don't know, like there's kids and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a puss.
Listen to you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't love it. It doesn't bother me.
From a content perspective, I'm like, oh my god, this is a TV broadcast. They're fucking everything up.
I love what I saw the other day on Twitter, which was Stephen A. talking about deadlift shrimp, and some fans would learn German swear words.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I see. That's creative.
Yeah,
and you know, deadlift is like, what the hell? Like,
yeah,
it's somewhere he's like, because that gets in the player's head a little bit. And that is good shit.
And it's an American accent, so you know, like he knows that they're learning German swear words. Yeah.
Like that's good stuff.
Yeah, no, that's good. And also I think it's because fuck Trey Young is so like not creative, and there's no real rivalry. And Trey Young is a good natural villain. Like he's a good heel. He'll shiver on you. He'll shush you.
Yeah.
And also he's just kind of a fuckboy in general. So like he's a great player to root against, to be honest. But like it's uncreative, and it's like, why? Like I don't know. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there was someone that was handing out pieces of paper at MSG. I don't know if they worked for the Knicks or not, but they were like, tonight's chant is Trey is balding, which is like. That's like personal, and also it's like less creative, but I think that was their like, we can't say fuck on TV, please guys, we can still be really mean, we just can't say fuck on TV. Yeah, but in general, I mean the clown of the week fans I'm picking are those specific 7 or whatever the number comes out to. Anyway, I'm just glad to see fans back in general, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, what do you got for your clown?
So I have a couple that I wanted to mention because we missed last week, but you already mentioned it with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
So I don't need to go into detail on that. But the other one, I'm gonna go with Glenn Taylor, the guy who sold the Timberwolves.
Oh yeah,
he's about to enter fuck Howard Schultz realm.
Yeah,
because he's doing the same shit that Howard Schultz did. Oh, I sold it to them, and they said they're not gonna move it. He's doing the same shit. It's
the same. It really is the same thing.
It's not gonna work, Glenn. People are gonna see through it.
Yeah.
If they move to Seattle, which I hope they do. Mm-hmm. They're, no one's gonna say, oh well, he didn't know they were gonna do that. Like you got your billions, and you don't care about those fans.
Of course he doesn't. He doesn't. By the way, do you remember? So UAB football came back a couple years ago.
Yeah.
There's a video on YouTube of like the president coming and announcing to the team that they're cutting the program from like 5 years ago or something. It is the most heartbreaking video I've ever seen.
God, yeah.
And there's this one kid that's just like, because this dude goes, no one cares about UAB more than me. And this kid was like, I haven't seen you at one game. Wow. You haven't been to one. It's so anyway. Sorry. Just that whole, but like that's how people that's how people are gonna feel in Minnesota though.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. I mean, I was too young to fully grasp what had happened, but that's what it was in Seattle too. Yeah. So anyway, you want to elaborate on that, or is that?
No, I just think that if that team does move. Glenn Taylor, you knew what was going on. You sold it to some out of town people.
Yeah.
You know what's up. So, fuck you. But most of all, fuck Howard Schultz.
Fuck Howard Schultz. Bonus clown of the week.
Yeah.
The city of Philadelphia.
The whole city.
They
actually, Santa Claus. Is
specifically,
that why?
Renee Kobeitri, the owner of Rim Cafe, made what he called the longest cheesesteak of all time at 600 feet, breaking the record of 480. Don't even say you like it.
I like a good cheesesteak.
You like a good cheesesteak. Mm-hmm. Do you like 500 just cheesesteaks that are attached to it, that are not even attached to each other? This is 500 pieces of bread.
That's not a cheesesteak. That's not one cheesecake or cheesesteak.
Cheesecake. And you can't really
500.
You can't see this. You can't see this in the picture really, but there's like rye bread mixed in there and shit. It's not even the same kind of bread. So yeah, I just had to fucking say that.
Yeah, that's
that is
stupid.
not a one cheesesteak. That's a lot of cheesesteaks. And by the way, I heard it like shut down blocks, and it was just super annoying if you lived there. Yeah. Anyway.
And I didn't even get
Fucking
any of
clowns.
it. So fuck it.
Yeah. All right. Who's your? Do you want to do locker player first?
Lock of the week.
What you got?
Nets Celtics over 231.5 tonight.
Okay. I like it. My lock is going to be, oh man, hold on. Sorry, I need to see what the line was. Okay, my lock is going to be Philly -7 tomorrow.
Okay.
They're going to beat them by like 20. It's not even going to be close. Although, I don't know if Joel Embiid's playing, actually.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I think I think they're gonna quit and Philly's gonna roll over it.
I'm going to change it. Grizzlies +9.5.
That's
I
a
like
big spread.
I like Grizzlies +9.5.
I think they're gonna hang in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I do still like Sixers -7, but Grizzlies +9.5 it looks better to me. Okay. We'll snake draft to the player. It's Bron time, baby. He's gonna turn it up right now. You think he's done? You think he's old and washed and hurt? Guess what? 30-point triple W tonight. And they're winning the game. And
wow.
Phoenix. So Phoenix is -5. So take that as a lock of the week too. Is Lakers +5. Yeah.
Okay. $10.
$10.
Yeah.
On Phoenix on like Lakers
What's
+5.
the spread? Like
-5 for Phoenix.
Ooh, I don't like that spread.
Okay, I'll give you a point. -4. 3.5. 3.5. So no push.
How about money line? If the Lakers win, you give me if the Suns win, you give me $5. If the Lakers win, I give you $10. All right.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, that game's on at 7, so you better be here for that.
Yeah,
fucker.
I don't love spreads for basketball.
Spreads are a shit show
because you just never know what's going to happen in the last 30 seconds. That takes 20 minutes sometimes.
Memphis ended up losing by like 7 or something last night, but it was like a 3-point game with a minute left.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The player. Oh, sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No. I wasn't saying anything. Go.
Player is going to be the real Chris Paul.
Oh shit! Here we go.
He's back.
Here we go.
He's going to hit a game winner.
A game winner.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end.
Okay.
And I'm not saying he's going to put up crazy numbers, but he averaged like 6 points a game the first 3.
Mm-hmm.
Came back in game 4 and looked like him, a lot more like himself. So he's going to put up a good, I'm not saying he's going to go off, but he's going to put up a good, a good, 20 and 10.
Chris Paul will give you 17 and 10, but you will notice every single, you know what I mean? He's the opposite of Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond will go, not for the Lakers now, but when he was on the Cavs and Pistons, he would go for 20 and 20, and you wouldn't notice him playing at all.
Right.
Chris Paul is like he orchestrates the shit. It's all through him.
Yeah,
so if the real Chris Paul is back, as you say, that would not surprise me a ton if he went for something like that. And also was the player of the game in that you're like, holy shit, Chris Paul is playing so good right now. You can see it happening.
Yeah, for sure. Drummond's gonna be a big key tonight.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, he might do that. He might do the 20 and 20 that you don't notice tonight because yeah, it's gonna be tough though with DA, not AD, DA. DeAndre Ayton has been killing. By the way, did you know he had what is it? It's a it's dominating or something. He has it tattooed right here.
Really?
I think it's dominating. Or dominate.
Dominating.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's spelled Aiden. Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's that. It's something like that, but he has it tattooed on his chest or his bicep or something. I think it's his chest actually.
Yeah.
Dominating.
He's also definitely 40 years old.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He ain't no second-year player.
No.
Whatever.
He looks older than AD.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that. He looks older than Drummond. So.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
All right, you got anything else?
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in this long. If you did, I don't really know why, but you're dope. Thank you.
I don't know why.
Thank you.
I'm tired.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we got some basketball to watch here, so we'll bounce out of here. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, all the dumb YouTube shit. You know what to do. Follow us on Twitter at Mason Charles Coe, at Aaron Coe 29. Got a book out, High Points on Amazon. Check it out. Goosehead Insurance. And without further ado, peace out.
See ya.